Hi guys, welcome back to my amazing kitchen. And if you are new here, please don't forget to click on that subscribe button right now and join the amazing family today. Hooray, it's almost Christmas and indulging is allowed. So we are going to fry some Ghana flour chips. Yes, no festive season, party or gathering is complete without these chips. It's usually served with some peanuts, fried or coated. So come along and let's get started. We need some all-purpose flour, 1 onion and some cloves of garlic, nutmeg and salt, and some butter. Add your onion and your garlic to your blender, add just a splash of water and blend until it becomes very smooth. Set it aside and add your nutmeg and salt to your flour and mix everything together until well combined. Add your butter to your flour in chunks for easy mixing, and in this recipe it works best if your butter is at room temperature. With a pastry cutter or just the tips of your finger, you are going to rub in the butter with the flour until it is well mixed and resembles like coarse sand, just like this. You can tell your butter is well incorporated if you can form a ball and loosen it up right away. Now add your blended garlic and onion and continue to mix that with your flour until a dough begins to form. Once all the blended onion and garlic is used up, you may need to add a little bit of water to bring everything together. And in total, I used about 100 milliliters of water to form the dough. You may need more or less because every flour absorbs moisture differently. Next, I transfer my dough onto my worktop just so I will have enough room and space to bring everything together. I'm not trying to knead the dough, but I just want a dough to form. Unlike meat pie, you don't want your chips dough to be very rich because we are going to fry it. If it's rich, it's going to melt away and soak up a lot of oil and it will become very greasy. For meat pie, you would normally use 1 part of flour to half parts of butter. But for your chips, you want to do 1 part flour to 1/4 part of butter. So in my case, I'm using 1 kilograms of flour to 250 grams of butter. Our dough has come together beautifully and this is the texture you want. It's not sticky, it's just a good soft dough. I'm going to wrap it in some cling film and allow it to rest for about 10 to 15 minutes before we start rolling. After my dough is well rested, I'm going to cut it into 4 pieces and work with 1 piece, keeping the rest covered at all times so they don't dry out. Sprinkle your worktop with a little bit of flour so your dough doesn't stick to it and begin to roll it out as flat as possible. It's best to turn your dough each time you roll, just to get a beautiful round shape. Using my pizza cutter, I'm going to cut it into long strips and then use my scissors to cut it into that classic chip shape you know. You can also use your pizza cutter to cut across to get that diamond shape, but I prefer to use my scissors. When all the strips you made are cut up, you want to sprinkle with a little bit of flour and transfer it onto a tray and set it aside and continue with the next piece. This time around, I'm showing you another way you can cut it. I cut it into tiny strips and then cut it into 3 as well to get like strips instead of the diamond shape like chips. And this is lovely as well. If you don't have a pizza cutter, don't worry, just use your knife and that will do the job perfectly fine. In the meantime, I have been preheating my oil and it is at the right temperature for me to start frying my chips. So I add it in there and allow it to fry until it is golden in color. Just keep in mind that once you take them out of the oil, it continues to cook and therefore continues to brown. So you don't want them to be too brown when you take them out. Drain the excess oil and transfer it onto a paper towel and allow it to catch some of the excess oil. Now just look at how golden and beautiful our chips is looking like. Christmas is going to be sweet. Continue frying the rest of the dough until everything is used up. This time around, I'm doing the other shape just to show you how that is looking as well. And they are also looking equally beautiful, golden, and delicious. So the choice is yours. Next, I'm going to allow my chips to cool down completely, spread out on a tray. And whilst that is cooling down, I'm going to go ahead and fry my peanuts. So this is the brand of peanuts I'm going to be using, but any brand will do. You just want to look out for the peanuts with the skin on. That's all. Next, I'm going to wash it with some cold water. We are not going to soak it. We just want to quickly rinse it with some cold water. Add a little bit of salt to it. Toss it around until it is well coated and let it sit for about 5 minutes before you start frying. I'm using the same oil I used to fry my chips, and so it's going to foam up a lot. This raw peanut doesn't take much time to cook at all. It cooks within 5 to 6 minutes. Now they are done. I'm going to take them out of the oil and allow them to cool completely. And there you have it. Our peanuts are beautifully fried and cooled down, ready for our chips. And of course, I'm going to taste it. It goes so well with the sobolo we made in the previous video. So please do well to check it out. But since I'm going to give these out to friends and family, I'm going to package them really nice in these cute cellophane bags with these cute little Amazin Kitchen stickers that I made, and in this packaging as well. You know, just to make it a little bit extra and special, because it's Christmas, and not just Christmas, but Christmas in 2020. Man, what a year this year has been. But we thank God for the gift of life and for the gift of family. So cherish it because it's precious. See you in my next video. Bye.